Hi, I'm Miranda. If you haven't watched part one, you probably should do that. But I'm 26 years old and I'm an opiate addict. I am talking about how I got here and what I'm doing to change and some of the things that happened along the way. In this part, I want to talk about the ease of it, how easy it is to fall in. I It's so easy to find pain pills on the street. They hand them out like candy. You don't even have to have a problem with you to get them from a doctor. When I started out taking them, I lived in Louisiana, fairly close to Texas, and when I started buying them off of the street after my prescription ran out, I ran into people, and everybody told me the same thing. That there's doctors in Texas. You just go down to Texas and you tell the doctor what you want and you give him money and he writes you a prescription. I know that that's illegal. I mean, you know. But anyways, all you had to do was be 23. Well, I was 21. So I couldn't go to a doctor myself. But a lot of the people I dealt with, they didn't have cars. So what I would do is I would give people rides to Beaumont or, well, usually Beaumont. Sometimes we had to go to Houston to a doctor, and they would go in, they would see their doctor. It would cost them $150. I would pay for half of the visit and half of the prescription, and I would get half of the script at the end. Um, so I'd drive people down there, get my pills. That's how I got them. It's really sad that doctors do that. Opiates, when I first started, I didn't even know that pain pills were opiates. I didn't realize that they were addictive. Nobody said anything to me. I mean, the doctor sure as hell didn't tell me when they prescribed them to me. So for the first 3 years, I didn't even know that I was addicted. I just knew that I didn't feel good if I didn't have them. That it just made things a little easier, you know? I felt great. They made me feel great. I mean, anyways, so I, after the hurricane, I went to Memphis. It was just as easy there to find them. I continued to take them. When I moved away from Memphis, up to where I am now in Spokane, I had a little bit of a problem finding them, but not that big of a problem after I kind of got in with people and, got into that crowd. It wasn't until then that I realized that I had an addiction, or even that I could have an addiction to a drug that was prescribed by a doctor. Um, the way I found out was actually pretty screwed up. When I didn't have them, I would start getting these pains between like my lower back and just like in my lower abdomen around the pelvic area. I mean, I would just get these really horrible pains. So I started going to a doctor for them, and of course they gave me pain pills, which made me feel better, but then they would run out. I started just going, and they did all kinds of tests. They did MRIs, they did x-rays, they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I mean, they even made me shit in a cup. They took stool samples, and Then one day I went and checked my mail, and I got a letter in the mail saying that my doctor didn't want to see me anymore. Didn't say why. Didn't say, hey, you're an addict. He never told me that I was addicted to pain pills, and that the pain that I was having was from withdrawal. But apparently he didn't want to be my doctor anymore because he knew that I was an addict, and he knew that I just needed the pain pills. That's all I needed. But he didn't tell me. After that, it was kind of funny. I was watching an episode of Scrubs, and um, that's where I found out that they were addictive. They're the one about the guy in the hospital, and he's just, ooh, ah, I'm in pain, blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as they give him the pain meds, the whole time he's trying to reject them, and he just wants to find out what's wrong with him. That episode is actually where I came to the realization that they are addictive, and that I had a problem. But it just seemed like they were just so easy to get. I mean, there's, you can find them all over on the street, and they give them to you for absolutely nothing. I mean, I remember once I had a bladder infection, and they gave them to me for a bladder infection, and they'll cause the problem. They'll give them to you, but they won't tell you you have a problem, and it's pretty screwed up. Took me a long time to realize that, and as soon as I did realize that I was addicted to them, that's where the real problem started. I didn't know what they were. So in the next, I guess, series of these, I will talk about what pain pills are, what's in them, and what they do to you. So thanks for listening. I hope some information will help somebody. So thanks.